Going live for live. Yay!
Hi everyone, how are you?
We are here again live. Yay!
Yay!
And we have a very special guest with us today.
We have a very
Our
special
child.
guest. Yes.
Our first child together.
First little chicken hatched in our incubator here at the farm. Isn't this a baby?
Isn't she so cute?
So precious. Oh shit!
She's trying to fly away already. This kid
I know.
already like way more
Look at the
than
wings.
she was. She was like much lighter yesterday. I mean, she was just born yesterday.
Yeah.
And
she's
already
like,
looks like a little fluffy Easter chick. Like so cute. And as you see, she's very feisty.
she's very adventurous.
She's very our child.
And she's an escape artist. She's already like tried very hard to escape out of her brooder.
So she was kind of a happy accident
Yeah.
because this is the first time we've had chickens. I've had a pig before and many other animals, and so has she, but this is the first chicken experiment, and we have different chickens. So she thought this was a false positive and put it in the incubator and basically forgot about it. And all of a sudden yesterday heard this cheep, 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 cheep. And voila, we have a little creature. Problem is, we have one little creature.
Right.
Which this is part of the testing of being new chicken parents.
Yeah. So
What you have to learn.
the incubator is now full of other potential brothers and sisters.
But
Because the thing is my rooster apparently is a late starter. That's why we really only had the one.
well, the rooster's trying to mount the ducks, which is kind of
Yeah.
a problem, you know.
The rooster's trying to mount the ducks. It's interesting. So it's been a learning experience for everyone, including the rooster. So that's why we only had the one that we could incubate. But here she is, and she's so funny. She's definitely a little escape artist and a little cuddle bear.
She had a toy in her there with her for cuddling, and this one is clever, and she decided, oh look, I can climb on top of this and get out.
Yeah.
We're like, no, Miss Born yesterday, who's a genius.
Yeah.
Come here. Oh my god! Oh my goodness, I'm needing mama. Oh my goodness, I'm
So-
needing mama.
We had to kind of bring her out here in person.
Because you will hear her anyway, because she's extremely loud.
Yes, she has a set of lungs on her, and when she's upstairs, shut away in her brooder in a completely separate room, you can still hear her. So we're like, you know what, let's
She's
just
got to
go
be part
ahead
of
and
it.
bring her out. She's going to be part of it anyway, and so she's a little daredevil, loud,
Crazy
crazy woman already. She's only a day old.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be house chicken, which will be interesting. Her running around in diapers.
Yeah, I was looking into it. Like, if we're not able to incorporate this chicken in with the other chickens,
Because was not expected to even hatch, let alone
right. So
squish.
I was looking yesterday, and sure enough, there are such things as washable, reusable chicken diapers in case you have an indoor chicken. And I don't know if that's going to be my life or not. It might be. Surprise!
We're just going completely eccentric.
Surprise chicken,
We're just
baby.
Well, I was the pig lady for a long time, so you're the chicken lady.
Oh, I guess
You're gonna be the chicken lady,
so. So
and we'll see what else happens. Oh my goodness!
it's
Oh my
definitely
goodness.
a surprise.
Oh my goodness! You were so
Um,
busy.
And so, we weren't prepared for this chicken to even hatch.
What's mama?
Yeah. Oh, hi, little baby. So, you guys, if you have any name ideas,
Yes.
let us know. What should we name this little
My bad.
daredevil?
The first thing I thought of was like Penelope or something.
Thank you. Oh my God! See,
I just keep thinking of like the Muppets. I mean, she needs like a strong warrior woman. I mean, look at this. Like, she's crazy.
she's crazy.
She was born yesterday. Like literally,
all right.
this little psycho thing was born yesterday. She's all like demanding.
Oh yeah, she's.
Look at this.
She's the.
Look at this. She's like, this is my mom. I am a house chicken.
So, oh no.
This is how it starts.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like rolling in town like a bunch of crazy eccentric women, but that's how we roll anyway.
Well, hi.
It's in real life. We're just really projecting it really loud
Hi,
at this
baby.
point in our lives.
Hi, little baby.
She's also absolutely a joy, adding lots of smiles and everything, because it's been some tough weeks for us.
Yeah.
And weather's been crazy, and we have multiple autoimmunes, and so stuff like this. Scheduling stuff like this can be really difficult for us because we don't know how we're going to feel every day, but we want to be completely authentic and completely ourselves and vulnerable with you guys.
Yeah.
Because we want the community, and other people have issues too, and we want to be like supportive of you and to show you no matter what hardships you're going through, you can still take little baby steps or something.
Or show up.
Yeah, show up.
Yeah.
I was saying this morning when I got up, that's the hardest part of my day is getting up.
Yeah.
Like literally like rising out of the bed is the hardest part of my morning. Once that happens, everything else, just happens, and it's a blessing, So we both have fibro.
Mm-hmm.
When my celiac kicked in, because I have celiac disease, that kicked in 13 years ago. That actually helped my fibro because got rid of gluten, and that's for inflammation and everything else. And a big thing with fibromyalgia is it's neurological, which we have a theory about that with autism and everything else too, because of being neurological. Are we more susceptible? Also, one of those things with fibro of like, do we give it to ourselves? Is it something that because stress leads to disease? Is this something because it's neurological? Is it something that we give ourselves?
Yeah.
Think on that one. I want to hear comments about that actually, because it's something we've been really discussing lately, just because of we have it.
Yeah.
And for years,
and there's studies saying that it's a trauma response.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I definitely do see a link. I've kind of always sensed there was a link, but there's actually studies out there showing that, it is indeed, for some, it can be a trauma response. And
as usual, back when I was tested before everybody else had it, or were showing signs, back in the early 90s, they did every test in the book on me and could never find anything. And it was one of those, physically, I didn't show anything, but there was obviously something wrong with me, and then there wasn't enough information, and just went through of like horrible experiences being a guinea pig. But then I would have, it's one of those things too, just like celiac, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, and look what happens. Years later, all these people come up with fibro. Years later, all these people are starting to have celiac, which breaks my heart because I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. And but the interesting thing is having more information with people about that, coming up with conclusions like this of like, this might actually be true because of all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with autism, just like with neurodivergent, all of those little pieces together, and more people speaking up about it to find out the truth, because everybody's is different, because we all have a different mix. I just think of it like a big bowl, and we all have like, the different parts that are in there. We don't necessarily all have the same parts.
Right. Or the same symptoms.
Well, and that's what I mean. Exactly. Yeah. We might have it slightly different. So that's one of those with this is we want people to voice how you feel. Yeah. What your symptoms are, what goes on with you in your brain. This is about us, what goes on in our brain, because I can't speak for you. She can't speak for you.
And we all have different challenges. We all have different things that we have to, we all have different things that we have to deal with.
She has her 2 cents too. See, she's born yesterday, but she knows all of this.
Yeah.
She knows all the
bit. A lot of things to say, and today's kind of a special day for us because we are live. We were planning on going live, and here we are. But both of us, in our own way, are dealing with our own flare-ups, to where it would be the easiest thing in the world to sort of allow that to define our reality and to not show up.
Well, make excuses, but as I said with this, like I'm red today because I'm at the end of a very long flare-up for celiac lasts 7 months to a year. And you get 5 to 10% have a bacterial infection, which affects your skin, and your skin is your biggest organ, and it kicks my butt. But it's one of those things of, I'd rather be on here read and talking to you about it. So you understand, and being vulnerable with you, because as I said, I want to be one of those things. I want to be inspirational. I want to show that we can all do it. We can all take moments and do something for ourselves. We don't have to just sit there and let it take over our lives. I'm just thinking about everybody,
I know. That's why this is a big deal for both of us, because it's important for us to show you guys what it's like to show up even when you're not your best. And if you have problems with trying to identify as a perfectionist or being a perfectionist, that's very hard for you. If you are triggered by your own limitations, it's very hard for you. It's the most courageous thing you can do sometimes, to just show up even when you're not feeling it. And if you guys are doing that today, congratulations. We're very, very proud of you. And we're very proud of you every day you get up and you decide to get up and show up. This is a big deal.
Baby step's still a step.
Yeah, baby step is still a step, And
it's still a win. It's still a win.
And life finds a way.
Life always finds a way.
Right? Oh, okay. I'm going to try and, here.
We need the handler, the psycho
our dude,
baby handler.
Our dude, can you please get the escape artist and try and...
Because she wants to take over the show, which I understand.
Of course.
I mean, I would want to just see her.
Oh my gosh.
But a big thing with all this, the whole point is like being vulnerable. And we want to be ourselves. We want you to get to know us. Because, as I said, with masking and everything else, we've had to be different over the years. And you have to, even culturally, I mean, I'm Italian, and you grow up with, like, you don't talk about your business. And being more disconnected to feelings and not crying. I mean, this is a big deal for me, crying. 15 years ago, you wouldn't have seen this, because culturally, you're weak if you're crying. You keep it in the family. You don't talk about your business. You don't show vulnerability. You're the tough guy. And with me, I was always the one that took care of everybody and was the strong one. And I never really had that. And also, like, I didn't even understand how to ask for things because I was the one doing things for everybody else. And
you can see it takes a toll on people when you internalize that.
But that's also why the disease can happen, is because you don't love yourself and you don't take care of yourself, and it can turn into a disease.
It literally can.
That's
it can make
pretty much what happened to me.
And so if you guys have any, stories or experiences, we would love to hear them. We would love to be able to share in your own journeys and to understand your own perspectives and, your challenges and stuff. So feel free to share it.
Because this is a community and this is an open board, and we don't want it to be just one direction. I mean, this is about lives. This is about our lives, but this is about your lives and all of us coming together and connecting. Yeah. It's not just about being neurodivergent. It's understanding each other. No matter how your brain works, us trying to get to understand each other better, understand how the other person's brain works. So, you get a different perspective and you get more empathy, because that's the big thing. Because especially with people like us, it took us a long time to be able to voice how we're feeling and what's going on, and really understand how our brain is different than other people. And with us not being able to explain it, how are you going to know? So we're being misunderstood by a lot of people. So it's one of those of us vocalizing how we really feel and the way we react to things. We're hoping that will help somebody else in the future not have those misunderstandings. Have just, a beautiful connection and experience with each other, and not just be automatically of like, oh, that person's a jerk. Oh, that person. But it's true.
It's true.
Because we've gotten that many times.
And we've talked a little bit about how much we've worked together, how long we've worked together, and how our sort of not only friendship, but also our work has kind of evolved. It started off as us, doing workshops together because we were working together first. And we just worked so well together. We were just literally making magic and everything.
We would inspire each other.
We would.
When we were burnt out. Literally, one of the funniest examples is we were both like about to quit because we were burnt out, just drama, just everything. It was just
And just repetition, at least for me.
yeah. And peopling was a lot, and it was a lot of traveling, and it was a lot of everything. And we were both like literally, we had another girl in the shoot, Fetish Barbie, Pumpkin. What was her name? It was like in German.
Yes.
Wasn't it Pumpkin? But we ended up with all of that coming together and having literally an 11-hour shoot. Like, and it was amazing and lit our fire again. So that's one of the things with us of like, you know, she calls me her muse, but she's my muse too. We inspire each other. We bring out the best in each other, you know, and it's a beautiful, special thing. And the main fact of like, especially with how we are of like having people that really understand you and that you can trust is a big deal, especially for neurodivergent people.
Yeah.
It is, because it's hard to be vulnerable.
And especially when you can make things together, when you can create something out of nothing, there is power in that. There is empowerment in that. And not a lot of people get to truly experience what it's like to be a professional themselves.
Yeah. We've been very, very blessed.
We really have. And we've worked hard for it. We've had to.
But we had a lot of doors open, and that was the thing. Mm-hmm. You know, you gotta
make
work hard, but
opportunities.
Just working hard isn't gonna do it. You gotta have those doors open, have those opportunities. And that part of that is just luck.
And when we needed it, we made it ourselves. Like we made the workshop.
Yeah.
People weren't, nobody, I don't know, at the time, nobody told us to do it. We just kind of were like, let's do this.
Well, let's saw
just do it. And
the thing is with that, we saw a lot of models who were in really negative situations. They were taken advantage of in multiple ways. Yeah. People even being hurt. And I mean, there was even people killed in other states, because a lot of it was online and people didn't know how to book things. They were going through model mayhem with stuff and not understanding stuff.
This was a long time ago, back in the before days.
Oh yeah.
So the safety measures weren't there, but that's how it started. Is we're like, okay, you know what? We know some stuff. Let's help some people with the very specific information that we have, because we've had to learn it the hard way. So let's help people not have to learn it the hard way. And then that evolved into the bigger, more mainstream workshop, and the book that our first book.
The first workshop was just for models and photographers,
But then after that, it was
teach
for
all
everyone.
that. But then when we went, we had our first festival, like burlesque festival, and she came from LA, and we decided to do workshop then, but we opened it up to everybody, and that pretty much is what changed everything, because there was like a mother and daughter there. There were like all kinds of, it was like really cute.
It was a moment of group empowerment.
Yeah. And you saw like in 3 hours, we literally saw people change from like, little shy meek to just divas and able to like voice stuff just because they felt safe and they trusted us, which is always such a huge deal to me, of people trusting me, and it was just amazing. And that's pretty much what led to our first book, Pinup Boot Camp, is that workshop. And that was like, it was just organic. It was, we weren't trying. It was just what
happened.
Was needed.
It
and what we
had
saw.
To be. It sort of birthed its own self.
Yeah.
And we've started, and we've kind of always been on this evolution of self-expression. And that's actually what got us into not only this channel, but our board games company, Connection Games.
Yeah.
All of the games are specifically designed to help people get out of their shell and express themselves and, find their voice, find their story. And we're very excited because more information is going to be coming up on that. We're going to be going live on Kickstarter on September the 1st. So keep an eye out.
So happy birthday to me.
And
give me a present.
Yes, give her a present and support us on Kickstarter September the 1st.
But it's for you too. And it's wonderful, and we're very excited about it. And this is for everybody too, because COVID's made it where people have a hard time with conversations now too, and just having, and also with this too, it's more about, it's not just small talk, having like being able to open up and have deeper conversations and really get to know each other and have those icebreakers, but have stuff even with people you've known, of having that deeper connection, that deeper conversation.
Right. Having an opportunity to share in a way that you might not have considered, because we're helping you have prompts, and there's going to be more details and more information on the game itself. So stay tuned for that. And please share your story with us. Use the comments, reach out to us on our TikTok, reach out to us on our YouTube, if, depending on what platform you're into.
Absolutely.
We'll be both those places. And thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Video comments too, which would be amazing. I mean, I want to see your obsessions. I want to see, your 2 cents about that. The whole thing with, when the episodes where we were talking about, social norms and how we react. How do you feel?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? What does your brain say?
Yeah, we want to hear
we want to know, because as I said, this is us. I can't speak for you.
Exactly.
She can't speak for you. You need to speak for yourself. And
Right.
we want this to be
We
open.
wanna hear it.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
We want this to be a community. We
Yeah.
want this to be a safe place for everybody.
And check out our, reach out to us, link up with us, check out
Yeah.
our link tree to find out other places where you can reach us.
Let's make friends.
So not just on the channel, we also kind of have lives and things, but we are going to go ahead and wrap it up now, because it's nearly about our time. It's 2:22, angel numbers. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. We love you very much, and we are blessed to be able to have this moment with you.
Oh, and name the chicken. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, name the chicken.
Okay.
Bye.
I think I ended it properly.
Was
I
the name
didn't
of
see